This is going to be the walkthrough for exercise 2. We are looking at the window adapter demo program. And this just gives us a quick example of how easier the window adapter class makes things for us. Remember that the window adapter class is an abstract class, which means we can't create objects from it. So in order to utilize it, what we have done is we have created, normally I would do this as a separate file. However, because this is such a small file, I've decided to do it as an inner class. You can have what are called inner classes inside. Basically, it's a class inside a class. You are permitted to do this. It is legal. And we would do it just the same way we do a method. This is a good example of it. I've created a class. I've called it Window Handler. It extends the Window Adapter abstract class. And the Window Adapter abstract class provides this implementation for all 7 window events that we might want to deal with. It contains all of the implementation required for the window listener interface, and essentially the methods that are in there, the window event methods that are in there are blank. They don't do anything. We simply need to override the ones that we want. We simply need to override the methods that we want to use, or the methods that we are, or the events that we are interested in dealing with. In this case, I have chosen to override the window closing method, and I've decided to tell it when the window closing method or event occurs, system.exit, which ends the program. When we're doing that, when we're doing this with the calling the add window listener, there's a couple of more things that we have to do. Previously, we were just putting this in here. And remember, this basically said refer back to the window adapter demo class for the event handlers. The problem is we don't have any event handlers in here. They're coming from the window handler class. So I have to create an object from the window handler class. In this case, I called it my window listener. And when I call add window listener, I simply specify the object name from the class that will be the object name of the object created from the class that's going to handle the events. Since the window handler class will be handling the window events, I simply create an object and supply that name to the add window listener. And watch what happens. If I run this program, we get a window. If I close this program, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put a, actually, you know what, let's do this. Let's stop this for a second. I'm going to put a breakpoint in. And let's run this in debug mode. So here's my window. And I've set up the window. I've given it the title provided from the testing program I've written. I've created the window handler object called myWindow. I've called add window listener and provided it here. And what I'm going to do is if I click close, now I haven't specified a default close operation, which means theoretically it should just hide the window rather than disposing of the window or exiting the program. But what's going to happen is this right here is going to intercept that closing event and say, oh, on closing, system.exit. So if I go ahead and let that continue, the window is closed and the program ends. I did not have to write implementations for the other 6 methods of the window listener class, the window listener interface. Instead, that was all handled in the window adapter abstract class that I extended. I know this seems kind of confusing. I think looking at the inner classes is going to throw people off. Just remember that the Windows Adapter class is an abstract class, which means we have to inherit it. There's nothing else we can do. We have to inherit it. And it provides us with pre-written method handler or event handlers for all 7 events, all 7 Windows listening events. And we simply need to override the ones that we care about. Otherwise, they just won't do much of anything. If you have any questions on this exercise, feel free to email me, though you may want to wait until the end, until you've gone through everything, compile all your questions together, and send them to me. And I will try to address these in class as time allows. Otherwise, I'll post the questions and my answers in the class folder if necessary. If you click the next button in the slide that you're watching this video in, it will take you on to the next lecture. Thank you.